The hidden truth behind wealth and poverty. Have you ever wondered why some people are born into wealth while you struggle every day? Why do some people easily reach success, while others, despite working hard, continue to live in scarcity and worry? We often blame fate, circumstances, or things beyond our control. But perhaps, in the silence of the universe, a deeper law is at work, a truth that only those who truly listen and understand can perceive. Richness or poverty does not begin with what you possess, but with what you are willing to give. The beggar and the question of destiny. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a poor man who survived by begging. He wandered from place to place with an empty bowl, hoping for a few coins or leftover food. His life was a series of hungry, weary, and resentful days. He couldn't understand why God was so unfair. Others had homes, good food, and fine clothes, while he had nothing but misery. Each night, he looked up at the sky and asked silently, "What did I do wrong to deserve this life?" A day of meeting the Buddha. One day, Gautam Buddha came to the village. News spread quickly. Everyone who met him left with a glowing face, as if they had been freed from an invisible burden. The beggar watched from afar at first, but desperation pushed him to seek out the wise one in hopes of an answer. When he arrived, he saw a long line of people waiting to speak with the Buddha. The Buddha sat peacefully under a tree, radiating calm and compassion. When his turn came, the beggar bowed deeply and asked, "Dear Buddha, everyone in this village is prosperous, but I alone suffer in poverty. Why has God been so unfair to me? What wrong have I done?" The Buddha looked at him with kind eyes and gently replied, "My friend, you are not poor because of fate. You are poor because you have never known how to give." A response that stopped life in its tracks. The beggar was almost angry. He raised his empty hands and exclaimed, "I am a beggar. How can I give anything when I can barely survive myself?" The Buddha smiled and said, "You think you have nothing, but in truth, you have so much. You can give every day, but you've never realized it." Then he began to list. You have a smile, it can warm the heart of someone who is suffering. You have a mouth, with sincere words, you can comfort, uplift, and spread hope. You have eyes, you can look upon others with empathy and love. You have hands, they can be used to help, to share, and to labor honestly. A person who possesses these things but does not use them to help others is truly the poorest of all. Poverty is an illusion. The Buddha paused and spoke slowly. True poverty is not the lack of material wealth, but the presence of a deep sense of lack within. When you keep thinking you have nothing, the universe will reflect that belief. When you begin to give, even if it's just a smile or a kind word, you will start to receive from life more than you ever imagined. The beggar stood frozen. That sentence pierced the darkness within him like a beam of light. No one had ever spoken to him like that before. He left with a new light in his heart. Change begins with the smallest things. From that day on, he began to live differently. He no longer just held out his bowl to beg. He started helping others, cleaning in front of the market, smiling at crying children, thanking those who gave him food. Though life was still hard, he no longer felt poor the way he used to. Then something strange began to happen. People started to like him, willingly offered help, and even invited him to do small jobs for pay. Little by little, his outer poverty faded as the richness within him grew. Karma, the universal law. If you look around, you'll see this pattern again and again. Some people succeed effortlessly while others struggle constantly. But it's not injustice, it's the law of karma. What we give today will return to us eventually, sometimes in this life, sometimes in another. If someone is born wealthy, perhaps in a past life they lived generously, kindly, and gave freely. On the other hand, those living in hardship may have once lived closed off, unwilling to share or give love and goodness. You always have something to give. Many people think, "I have nothing to give." But that is the greatest mistake. You have time to listen, to be present. You have words to encourage, to comfort. You have empathy to ease someone's pain. You have knowledge and skills to pass on to those in need. And more than anything, you have a heart which can transform someone's life through sincerity. When you begin to give, the world changes. You don't have to be rich to help. Sometimes, a timely smile is more valuable than a bag of money. A heartfelt word of encouragement can save someone from despair. And the miracle is this: when you start living to lift others up, the universe will also lift you in ways you never expected. You help someone find faith again, and life will send you hope. You wipe away someone's tear, and yours will be wiped when you most need it. You sow gentleness, and you will reap peace. You are not poor if you can still love. True wealth doesn't lie in a wallet, but in the ability to give without condition. A person living in a small house filled with compassion is far happier than someone in a lonely mansion. Those who light up the lives of others never live in darkness for long. So if you're feeling empty or stuck in life, don't sit around waiting for a miracle. Start creating miracles through your presence. Final message: start today. Don't wait until you have more than enough to begin giving. Start with the smallest things. Smile at a stranger. Say thank you from the heart. Listen without judgment. Help someone without expecting anything in return. Each of these small actions is a seed planted into the universe. And when you live this way, you'll realize you were never truly poor. You simply forgot how much you had to offer. Conclusion: true richness is a state of the soul. Don't measure wealth by what you own. Measure it by what you can give. Because real abundance doesn't come from possessions, it comes from a heart that knows how to love and hands always ready to lift others. If today you feel like you're lacking, start by giving something, and you will discover the world, in truth, is waiting to return something far greater to you. Those who give will eventually be rewarded, not necessarily with money, but with a life rich in purpose, strength, and peace. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to watch more interesting videos.